Hi guys, good evening and welcome. We've had amazing, amazing section in the last 3 weekends, and this for one is a lot to me. What happened over the past 3 weekends was once a dream that I had cold feet about starting out. I didn't just want to even start out at all. I just wanted it to just be in my head. But got to a point I said, okay, that's it. This is my cue to start. I just needed to start. And what was once a dream in my head has now turned to reality. So this is the last day of our 3 weekends training. I know a lot of people have said a lot of things about the training. A lot of people, it's been tremendously helpful to a lot of people. So before we go on into this section, I'd like you to tell me what is that one thing that has helped you in this training all this while from weekend one down to this very present moment. Just tell me in the comment section what's that one thing that's helped you in this training section. So my name is Vincent David, and the reason I chose to do this is because year in, year out, I have a lot of people in my comments or in my inbox always asking me, boss, I want to do e-commerce. Please help me. Boss this, boss that. And I said, okay, let me do something for everyone. And I decided to bring up this training. So guys, these and many more are the reasons why I did this. Back in the day, I used to create courses. I have a lot of courses. A lot of people still buy my courses to today. The ones that are relevant to today. A lot of people still buy it. But this year, for I think for the past 2 years or so, I have not sat down to create any course. I've not sat down to create any course, and I have just been attending to people personally, and people that have done e-commerce have been just my family and friends. So I like you guys to understand that the reason why we did this was, or why I did this was because I wanted it to be as a way, serve as a way of giving back to the community, like I would always say. So, if you've learned something from this training, so I'm trying to get the guests to come in, that's why I'm looking at my phone. You've learned something from this training in the past 3 weekends. I'd like you to please tell me in the comment section what you have learned. Drop in the comment section. Tell me what you've learned. Tell me how it came to you. And if it's something that you've applied and you see results, please I'd like you to tell me what that thing is and how well the thing came out. And if you have results presently, if you've been watching from week one, I know you may sort of have a couple of testimonials you want to share. So if you have something that you've tried, if you have something that has worked, please I would like you to share it with us or share it with me in the comments. Just drop it in the comment, drop it in the comments. I'm gonna just do that for 30 minutes, 30 seconds, sorry, before I get the guests to comment. So the reason why I picked this last person, this last guest, to close on this meeting is because he has an electrifying energy. He has so much energy, he has so much voltage in his loins, in his stomach. He has so much, he has so much force, and he is someone that's done this e-commerce and has seen massive results, massive results, and he is the one to close in for us. So I'm trying to get to this. So he's no other person than KC OGUZIE. Honestly speaking, he has seen results firsthand in e-commerce. And today he's going to be teaching us how to scale. So if you have questions you want to ask him, please bring all your questions here because we're going to be dealing with everything that concerns scaling today. We're going to be dealing with everything that concerns scaling today, and it's going to be very, very powerful. So, guys, I'd like you to hit the like button, drop an emoji in the comments as we welcome Casey, Mr. Kingsley OGUZIE to the live section. Bro, welcome.
My people, well done. Oh.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can hear you.
yeah, it's Mr. Kingsley here, and I believe that a couple of persons actually know me, and yeah, one way or the other, they've been able to see my content. In as much as these days, I don't post so much again. I don't post so much like the way I used to post before, due to the fact that as a man, as you're growing and as you're expanding, there are certain things that takes your attention. There are certain things that you tend to focus more of your activities on. All right. So that's just the thing. I think some persons know me. People used to call me the apostle, the e-commerce apostle. And that name and title was given to me. That was last year. Last year, after I had a tour around major cities, training and teaching people to have the right orientation about the e-commerce business. Okay, so that was what happened. That was what brought about the name e-commerce apostle. All right. So first of all, I want to really, really, really appreciate David Vincent for this whole program. All right, it's been weeks of a whole lot of training. It's been weeks of a whole lot of valuable speakers that have been coming to speak to every one of you concerning how to boost your e-commerce business. All right, and I believe that every speaker have said a whole lot of things that will change your whole journey. And I believe that they've said some things that we take your business from wherever your business is right now to where you actually want the business to be. All right. Because we all have a dream, right? We all have a dream of what we are chasing or what we are pursuing. Okay. So the essence of why these speakers are coming is so that all those dreams, your goals, your dreams can be achieved within a shorter period of time. All right, within a shorter period of time. And I sincerely want to thank him and appreciate him. Sincerely, they have been doing an amazing work. Okay, and this thing to think that this whole training is actually free of charge is amazing. You get to think that this whole training is actually free. All you just need to do is to subscribe to the channel and then attend the training, and you'll be getting all this amazing content, all these amazing trainings for free. Bro, Vincent, kudos. You have done amazing work for these people. They need to send you funds. They need to send you funds. Each of every needs to send you funds. At least nothing less than $1,000 for holding this training. Okay, so having introduced myself, I'm just going to be very, very brief tonight because I don't think there's anything I want to say or I will be saying that other speakers have not said. Okay, and just like you said, too much information sometimes blind the eyes. Okay, too much light can cause an effect to the eyes. So I believe that all the speakers from day one or the first week have given out so much information that has the capacity to change your business. I'm telling you sincerely. All right, the likes of Moses Uchre, Courage Ingele, and the rest of the persons, Friday Williams, and every other person that come on board, or Saro, that come aboard to actually give you one or two information. Those information are actually enough to change your journey. If you actually desire to grow your business from point zero or wherever you are currently to where you've been dreaming of, this thing I'm saying is very serious. If you have this desire to take your business from wherever you are to where you dreamed about, then you need to take all this information that you're receiving very, very seriously. Though it might look like though it is free, but you have to take it very, very seriously. Okay? So what we're going to be discussing tonight briefly is on the issue of scaling. All right? On the issue of scaling. Now, one of the notable things about me, myself, Mr. Kingsley, is that people said my result was very fast. Let me just paraphrase that. People are saying that the way I grew in my e-commerce business is extremely, extremely exceptional. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys the reason why that happened. Okay. On this particular topic of scaling, how do you get to scale up your business very fast. Okay, how do you get to see an opportunity and not get to procrastinate on that opportunity that you have? Are we together? It is very important because one thing about this particular business, I think someone said that, Somto said that, is that our business, the kind of business we do, is strive on speed. Are we together? The kind of business that we're into, or business generally, is strive on speed. So if you're a kind of person that speed is not one of the tools you're using to grow your business, then there's a whole lot of problem you'll be facing. Okay, a lot of persons do not know where to scale. A lot of persons are so reluctant when it comes to increase. They are so reluctant. They just love everything to be normal. They love the usual activities. They love everything to be gradually. Those things are not nice. Okay, one of the necessary ingredients that you need to have when it comes to the business of e-commerce. The faster you scale up your business, the better for you. And that's the truth. Okay. But now, how do you scale? Or when should you scale? In a way that you will not burn out yourself, because there are times you will scale without the right information, without knowing where to scale, you end up scaling back into your village. Okay. And that is not your portion. I don't wish that for anybody. Where you will scale. There are people that have scaled and they've scaled and burnt out everything they had. They've scaled and burnt out their money and they've gone back to scale. So those things happen. So in as much as scaling is very important, we must understand when should you scale and how do you scale. I would say that. Now, let me start from here. When we talk about scaling, okay, when we talk about scaling, I want to beg you guys, okay, when we talk about scaling, I want to beg you guys, scaling is in a process, right? There's a process of scaling. Don't just scale out of proportion, without understanding what actually works. Together, you don't scale out of proportion without understanding what works. It is a process, okay? It is actually a process. But I'm not saying that this process should be dull. No, you need to take it step by step. But that step by step is understanding what you need to do. It is very important, right? And when we talk about scaling, a whole lot of people, once you hear scaling, people immediately, their mind will go towards ads. Their mindset will go towards ads. Okay. Now that we're talking about scaling, the next thing is, how do I scale up my ads to start doing 1,000 orders, 2,000 orders, and all of those things? No, not yet. Before you would think of scaling, there are some other things, other background tools that you need to work on. Before you think of scaling, before you go ahead scaling, there are certain things you need to put together. Okay? There are certain things you need to put together before you start thinking about scaling. Your scaling will only result to a significant effect if other things that are necessary are put in place. And what are those things? Your structure, your system. If those structure and system are in place, I'm telling you sincerely, when you scale, you will scale into millions and hundreds of millions, and not scaling to your father or to your village. No. Are we together? So that's the thing. System and your structure. So in scaling, you don't begin with scaling with ads. That's an error. Because what people do, the mistake a lot of e-commerce people do is that, for example, once they launch a new campaign like this, and they discover that that campaign is doing very well, you get the next moment they rush, come and add, let's say from 10K ad budget, they increase it to 100K or they increase it to 20K and all of those things. And then once they begin to have a huge inflow of orders with less and inappropriate structure and system, they end up not being able to fulfill those orders. And when you don't get to fulfill those orders, what will happen? It will result to you burning out money. It will result in a situation whereby you invested money into something, but your return is very little. So scaling is broad. You need to see it in a broader perspective, not just the advert area. No, not just the advert area. When it comes to scaling, you have to first of all ensure that your structure, your staff management structure is actually in place. Okay. Now, there's something someone says that there's this particular quote that says, "You don't prepare for battle in the days of battle. You prepare for battle in the days of peace." So, before you scale, you must have made adequate preparations for yourself and for your business. And what are those adequate preparations? One, you need to put in the right amount of structure. At this point in time, how much are you currently making? How much revenue is coming into your business? At this point in time, what is your staff strength? What is your staff structure? What is your delivery rate? Understanding all of this process will help you to scale very, very well. Okay? But when you fail to understand all of this process and see this process as important, and then you just jump and scale, you will burn out. Sincerely, you will invest a whole lot of money into your business, and the return will be very minor. And I believe that that is not what a whole lot of you want, actually. No, I don't think that is what so many persons here are here for. You actually want to know how to scale properly and how this scaling can bring you into the situation or the position you actually want to be or you've been desiring to be. Okay? So first of all, your structure needs to be in place. You have to put in the right set of team members. Okay? If you have two staff before, two people who are just in charge of customer representative, before you scale, you need to ensure that from two, you must have trained additional 5%. Okay? Even though they are not working immediately, but at least they need to be on standby. Okay? They need to be on standby so that when there is a significant increase in your business, you can bring them immediately to join the team and start working on all the business transaction that needs to be taking place. And that will help you have huge amount of revenue that is coming into your business. Are we together? So the first place of scaling is, first of all, putting in the right structure. Having the right set of people joining your team, the right set of call reps, the right set of inventory managers, the right set of logistic managers, and all of these things has to be in place, first of all. Now, secondly, you need to ensure that your delivery rate is top-notch. A lot of people fail to do these things. Now, I think there was someone that asked me this particular question. The person said, the person said, "Mr. Kingsley, how do I scale my business?" And the first question I asked the person is that, at this point in time, what is your delivery rate? What is your structure? What is the strength of your team? And the person was like, "I have just only one call rep. I have one customer representative. And then we do up to 40%. That was what the person was telling me, that they do up to 40%, and the person have just one call rep. I said, please, pause every idea about scaling. First of all, now, put in the right structure. And the person was like, let me start getting the orders first before I put in your structure. And that's an error. No, you don't do that. You put in the right structure first before you even think about going to scale. If not, just like I said before, you will scale into your village. All right? So that's the first measure. The second measure is understanding your delivery rate. If you are getting 100 orders today, how many orders are you delivering? Out of 100, how many orders are being delivered? If you scale out of proportion, if you are doing 50% or 40% delivery rate, and you are getting 100 orders, let's say out of 100 orders, you deliver 40. If you scale your orders to 1,000 orders and you're doing 400 delivery, that is not scaling. You've not scaled at all. You get? You're only using more money to what? To bring in more revenue. And if you calculate your revenue or you calculate your numbers at the end of the day, you will discover that you spent more. You spent more on advertising to acquire more customers. You didn't actually scale. All right. Scaling is not, let's say, for example, let me use calculation. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, right? Let's say you spend 100K and you make back 200K. You get? That's a normal business transaction. But if you want to scale, you want a situation whereby you can spend 200K and you are still maintaining your cost, but your revenue has increased. That is what scaling is. You spend 100K, you make 200K, and now you want to scale. You increase to 200K, you spend 200K, and what you are getting is 500K, or let's say 600K or 700K. That is what scaling is. But if you're doing 100K and you get 200K back, and then you spend 200K and you got 400K back, you've not scaled at all. You've not scaled at all. So there are other factors, there are other things involved in scaling. But I said, let me start with this particular one so that you can get the right understanding of what scaling is and how to scale. Are we together? So the first thing I said is putting in the right structure.
Sorry.
Right set of
Sorry, Mr. Casey. Please,
Yeah.
if you can hear us, can you drop a comment in the box that you can hear us? Let's be sure that people are following this live stream. Please, can you hear Mr. Kings? Can you hear him? Please drop a comment, drop an emoji. Let's wait for like 30 seconds so we'll get the feedback. Can you hear him? Can you hear us? Let's just wait for you to come. Please drop a comment if you can hear. Hello, can you drop a comment? Let's wait for the comment to see if it's going to come. Because let's be sure that people are following and we're not just speaking to ourselves. I can't see comments. Please drop comments if you can hear us. I am struggling to see comments. Well, yes, you can continue. Maybe the comments will come in later.
I think it is you're recording this, Abi?
Yes, I'm live streaming and I think it's also recording.
Okay, I think okay. Well, what I thought was people will always come back to
yes. But it's actually on live stream. I don't know why I'm not getting the comments. I don't know if comments are turned off on this live stream. Please hold on a little. I don't know if I turned off comments on this live stream or I think I turned off comments.
Okay, don't know the comments.
Oh, I think I turned off comments. I'm just seeing it now. I turned off comments. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry, I think I have turned it on now. So yeah. So sorry, Casey. You can go ahead, Casey. I've turned it on now.
Okay.
So comments turned off before. So please drop comments for us if you can hear. So we can go. Just go ahead. Drop comments for us if you can hear us. I think the comments are up now. Please drop comments. Drop comments. Let's be sure you can hear. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And I think that's very necessary to know whether people are following. But I was thinking that okay, people normally come back to
yes, of course,
the records again and the rest of them. Okay, that's fine. So just like what I was saying something about the process of scaling. Okay, in order to scale, it requires a process, and the first process is ensuring that your structure are in place. Okay, you don't just go and scale and then just without proper structure and without putting the necessary things that needs to be in place. All right, because if you do that, you will scale and you will scale back to your village. It has happened to a lot of persons, and they always wonder, why do I, anytime I want to scale, it is not working. All right. Now, scaling means you want more money. You want more money to come into your business. You want more revenue to come into your business. You are tired of doing the normal way. You are tired of the normal way, and you want to be big, you want to increase, and all of those things. So if you want to scale, if you scaled, you should have more money. You should have more money. But in a situation whereby you are scaling, but you are not making more money, then what is now happening to you? You will see that there's a problem. All right. When you are scaling, but you don't have money left at the end of the day, there's a problem because you've not scaled at all. Are we together? So you must understand these things. You must understand these things about increase, scaling, and the rest of them. All right. I think I'm seeing the comments now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So people are saying, I can hear you. So just like I was saying, so if you are scaling or if you scale, you should have more revenue coming to your business. You shouldn't be in a situation whereby you are scaling, but you are at the same time, becoming worse than you used to be before you even scaled. Are we together? So that shouldn't happen to you. So the things you need to do are, one, setting the right structure, putting things in place. Very important. Not so many persons will tell you this, but I, Mr. Kings, these are things I always tell people. If you do follow me on my status, people know that I always get to share the truth about any business model, telling people what they need to understand about a business model. And the first thing is your structure. Having the right structure, very important. Number two, knowing your delivery rate. Ensuring that you, first of all, work on your delivery rate. Let's say before, you're having over 100 orders and you're delivering 40. You should at least ensure how to take that 40 to at least 70%. Okay? So that when you scale, you will know that what you are getting at the end of the day is something substantial to turn your life around. Very important. Okay? So you should know that once you've scaled, you can at least start to ball, because scaling is a whole lot of work. So once you have scaled up your business and your business have gotten a whole lot of inflow of revenue, at least your life should be better. At least your life should improve, because that's one thing I do. People know me for that. Once I've maybe done a lot in my business so much, and sometimes I take vacation, I travel out of the country. Okay, I take vacations, I go out of the country and enjoy myself, because that's the essence of why we're working. We are working so that we can make our life better, so that we can improve our welfare and the rest of them. Are we together? So these things are very necessary once it comes to scaling. Are we together? So once it comes to scaling, all these things are necessary. Okay? Because people's mindset has been so bad that when they think about scaling, the first thing that comes to their mind is advert. No. Advert, Facebook ads, most especially. Facebook ads, most especially. And I want to tell you something about this, that one thing about e-commerce business, if you actually desire growth in your e-commerce business, you should not only think about Facebook advert, you should think about marketing in a whole. All right? Think about marketing and not just Facebook advert. Facebook advert is just but a way in order to what? To advertise your product and showcase your offer to people. But it is not all that there is. All right? So don't be limited. We are talking about increase here. We are talking about scaling here. And I need to tell you that you do not only need to focus on Facebook advert when it comes to increasing your what? Increasing your business. There are other channels. There are other channels you can explore in order to what? In order to increase the revenue of your business. Are we together? So that is very important, because we're looking at scaling, and I want to talk about scaling in all ramifications, not just in one side. No, not just one side. I'm going to tell you guys how myself, Mr. Kingsley, have been able to, over the years, scale up my business, and I've done so much numbers that people are even wondering, how is it possible? How is it possible? All right? That my business, from this same e-commerce business, I traveled to China. Okay, I traveled to many countries, and I also diversified into other businesses that has helped to improve my life. Why? Because I had the right understanding of what it means to scale from a particular point, doing a particular figure, all right, increasing to a particular numbers, increasing to a particular numbers, increasing, and all of those things. And I believe that so many persons actually desire to be like that. Are we together? So I talked about certain things. Now let me move to the other part. Okay. Now, scaling, there are some other parts that involve, just like I said before. Let me go back to something. I said that if you want to scale, if you spend 100,000 today, let's say you are spending 100,000 now, and you're making back 200,000, that is not scaling. You should spend 100,000 and make back 500,000. That is scaling. Scaling is minimizing your cost and maximizing your profit. Are we together? That is what it means to scale. Increase. You should 3x, 5x, and all of these things. That is scaling. That is scaling. That is what it is required of you. But first of all, your process must be in check. Your team structure, you must be ready to handle large capacity. I think I shared this thing with a particular friend of mine one time. I told him about scaling, and I said, put your structure in place. And Oga, put structure in place. So he went to scale, and at the end of the day, he discovered that he was even losing more money than he was making. All right? He was losing more money than he was making. So your focus in e-commerce should be that you should have absolute return. That should be your focus. More money in your bank account. More money in your bank account. Not just money on record or on paper. No. I don't evaluate my success based on what my accountant brings to me. Not just that, but I also evaluate my success based on the money I have in my bank account. That's why I evaluate my own success. Not just records on paper. No, but record, like the main figure in my bank account. That is what I'm looking at. That is what I'm focused on. So whatever I'm doing, if I want to 3x my business, 5x my business, the first thing I check is, what are those things that are needed to be in place for me to get this result? So once I discover those things, I will start putting those measures in place, which I've talked about. All right. Now, other measures you need to put in place in order to minimize your cost and maximize your profit is on the aspect of upsell. Upsell. Most of you don't do upsell when it comes to e-commerce business. In the aspect of order bomb, in the aspect of increasing the average order value of your customers. These are ways to scale. I was reading a particular book. I wanted to read. I read a lot and I study a lot. And I was trying to check out, how can someone increase their business? How can you grow your e-commerce business? Okay. And the writer said something. There are only 3 ways for you to use to grow your business. And I want to share this with you now. This thing helped me last year. There are only 3 ways you can use to grow your business. Number 1, increase in new customers into your business. Increase in new customers into your business. Number 2, increase in the average order value of your customers. And number 3, increase in your returning customers. Now, you see, all these things are part of scaling. Are we together? Scaling is increase. Don't get me wrong, or don't get the concept wrong. Scaling simply means increase. I want to expand. I want to grow bigger than what I used to be. I want to be bigger. I want to do more numbers. And how do you do more numbers? How do you do more numbers? 1, you must increase what? You must have increase in new customers coming into your business. Number 2, increase in the average order value of your customers. And number 3, increase in the returning customers, into your business. Now, once you are able to achieve these 3 ways, I'm telling you sincerely, your business will experience what we call quantum effect. Are we together? What we call quantum leap. You will be in a place where it will be like a dream. From doing 1 million, you will see yourself doing at least 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, and even as much as 100 million. Are we together? All these are possible. It just requires you to have the right information, the right understanding, and the right process set in place. Okay, now, how do you increase your new customers? How do you increase your new customers? Remember I said something. There are 3 ways to grow your business. 3 ways to increase your business and scale up your business. Number 1, increase in your new customers. That means you want to get more customers into your business. Number two, increase in the average order value of your customers. And number three, increase in your returning customers. These three ways are what you need to grow your business and to scale up to any level you want to actually scale up to. All right. Number one, how do you get to increase your business, or how do you get to increase your new customers? Okay. And this is the point where I love to talk about, whereby I said something before. I said the problem I'm having with a lot of people is that they only focus on Facebook advertising. Why? So if Facebook advertising is no longer working, a whole lot of your business is collapsing. And that's the case. That's what we experience. That's what we see. All right. A lot of person, the moment their Facebook ads is no longer working, they are packed up. They are done. Business has closed. Everybody go home. It's a problem. And you are looking at scaling. No. All right. There are other channels you need to explore when it comes to scaling. Most especially scaling, having more new customers coming to your business. Just the normal way we do now, where you run adverts, and when you're running adverts, you are getting more customers into your business, you are getting more orders, and all of those things. That is the first step in scaling up your business. Having more people come into your business. And how do you do that? Number one, do not focus on just Facebook advertising. Facebook advertising is just but a way, the one marketing channel amidst other marketing channel that you can explore in order to increase the new customers that are coming to your business. All right? In order to increase, there are many other channels. Why don't you try out those channels? What is stopping you from trying out those channels? What is actually stopping you from exploring those other channels and using those means to increase your business? What is stopping you? Why only focus on one particular channel in order to grow your business? It may not likely work. And one thing that people do not understand is that Facebook majorly is a broad platform. So most times you are limited. Hope you know, you are limited to a lot of things, and you are limited to algorithm. You are limited to sometimes Facebook itself, because Facebook can decide. When I mean Facebook itself, they can decide to ban your account. That is a limitation. All right. Sometimes you can be so fired up like this, and you want to do more numbers. You are ready to spend more money on adverts. You are spending 200K before. You want to increase your ad budget to 1 million, and the moment you do that, Facebook will ban your account straight away, and you will go back to being so weak, and you start crying and start complaining about your situation and the rest of them, because you fail to understand all of these things. You fail to understand. So what are the structure? What are the things you need to do in order to put your business, get more new customers into your business? Focus one, increase in Facebook ads. That is, let me talk about Facebook ads first of all. Increase in your quality content. The content you put out there, more testimonial content, all right? More testimonial content out there will help you to increase your order rates from Facebook. And not just Facebook, also focus on Instagram. Try and build an Instagram account. Most of you have not really explored some persons have not doing e-commerce, have not really explored the potentials in Instagram. So many persons have not done that at all. So they only focus on Facebook ads, direct to sales page and others. Have you tried to utilize Instagram? Build an Instagram account, start posting quality content there, and each content you post, boost them. I'm telling you sincerely, you can do so much numbers from there. I'm telling you, I did this thing myself. I introduced this thing to all of my students, and they're doing it, and they're seeing the results. Even, as a matter of fact, there was a particular of my students, Miracle. I told her that, have you tried to explore this thing? She opened her Instagram account, and in less than 1 month, she came back to me like, boss, I don't know that there's a lot of potentials in this particular place, in this particular platform. Simply Open. Every e-commerce entrepreneur must have an Instagram account. Must. Where you will post content continually so that you can build what we call the KLT factor, which is the know, like, and trust. Because what most of you do on Facebook ads, most times customer don't seem to trust you very much, because some of you are running ads with pages that no profile picture. If they click on the page, when they go to your page, they can't see any content there. So let's say out of 80,000 people you're reaching or 100,000 people you're reaching, you only get 0.1 people who get to place order from your site, and that can limit you a lot. But when you start building at least I used to call it a brand. When you start building a brand, that will help you to what? That will help you to start doing more numbers. And have an Instagram account, start posting content there, and you're boosting your content from Instagram. You're also running Facebook ads. People see your Instagram, they go and check out your page. People see your advert on Facebook. It will be easier for them to actually what? It will be easier for them to actually buy from you. Are we together? So that way, it can help you increase in your new customers. Ask yourself, what are the ways I can use to increase my new customers? What way can I use to increase my new customers? If you're using Facebook ads, then you must be ready to invest more on your content. The content, the creative you use to put out there. Things have changed. Customers' behavior has changed, mostly in Nigerian market. All right? Gone are those days whereby you can use any basic kind of content and people will just jump in and order. Things have changed. Objections has increased. Customers' objection has increased. All right? So people are now skeptical to what people sell online because of what they've experienced over the years, whereby they will buy something. Once they buy from you, you will block them. Once they buy from you, a lot of persons, a lot of e-commerce people, e-commerce entrepreneurs that sells fake products. When customers place an order, it gets delivered. That communication has been broken. So objections are now going higher in the business. So customers are having issues with placing orders on Facebook ads, just like that. So they need more conviction. They need something to convince them more. And through this means, if you start exploring other channels, and one thing you must know that customers also make research. They make research as well. So imagine a situation whereby your customer sees your advert on Facebook, overlook it. They see your advert on Instagram, they check and they see your content. They go to Google and they can see, they go to Google to search. All right. Once they go to Google to search, they can see your this thing pop up. All right, your SEO, search engine optimization, it pops out. Now they get to believe you and know that this actual person is here for business, not just a scammer. All right. One thing I've understood about this business and customer behavior is that most times customers are looking for who to hold accountable. All right, they're looking for who to hold accountable before they buy something. So if they can't find enough evidence or enough visibility of that particular brand that they can buy things from, they'll just quickly leave. And most of you are thinking you are making money, you are thinking you're growing, but what you're just doing, you are eating the crumbs. Yeah, those are crumbs. Little things is what you are making. You think you're making money. You're not making any money. Are we together? So those are the first step. Increase in your new customers. What are the ways? What channel can I explore in order to increase the customers that are coming into my business? If it's Facebook ad you are using for now, then you need to learn how to be able to create more content, more quality content. Someone said something. I think I saw a video on Instagram when the person was saying something. I think not a video on Instagram. I think on YouTube. I was watching a video on YouTube about people, most especially e-commerce brands. Let's say your advert budget is 10 million, but your creative budget is 100,000. Does that make sense? Your creative budget, your content budget is 100K, but your ad budget is 10 million. you will end up burning that 10 million naira and you will not see enough results. Okay, so we're in a situation whereby you invest more on creativity, you invest more on quality content, okay, and at the same way you're putting money into your advert, it will give you significant increase in the new customers you're bringing into your business. So all these things need to be focused on. All these things need to be looked into. And then secondly, explore other channels. Explore other channels. It is very important. Not only Facebook, just like I said, look at marketing in its entirety, not just only Facebook ad. Facebook ad is just but a way, just one way, amidst other marketing channels. Try influencing. Are we together? Try at least influencing marketing is also on our part. You may not go for all these big influencers. You can try out all these micro influencers. You can find them on TikTok. All right, you can find them on TikTok. Once they do an advert for you like this, make sure you tell them that I want this particular content to be more focused on the product. And once they do something like this for you, they don't just post it on their TikTok, but they also you can also use that particular content to run an advert. All right, and once you use that content to run an advert, that will be an increase. You can have more customers into your business. Are we together? Now that's number one. Number two, increase in the average order value of your customers. Now, most people don't understand what it means to have average order value. Increase in the average order value of your customers. Now, there was a time on my WhatsApp status, I was trying to calculate and tell people about what it means and how increase in average order value can scale up your business. All right? And how do we calculate that? How do we know that? For example, let's say the average cost of your product is 18,000 naira. The average cost of your product is 18,000 naira. Now, before I said this, remember what I said, that when you talk about increase, it simply means you are spending almost the same cost, but you're making more money. All right? That is what scaling is. So that when you increase your spend from 100,000 naira to 1 million, at least your return will be something substantial for you. Okay? Your return will be something substantial. And how do you make that happen? These are all the things we have been saying. The second one is increase in the average order value of your customers. How do you get to increase the average order value of your customers? Ensuring that your customers buy more in your business. Now, let me give this calculation. Let's say, for example, you are selling your product for 20,000 naira. All right? You're selling your product for 20,000 naira. The cost of advert is, let's say, 5,000 naira. The cost of delivery, 5,000. And when you check everything, you may end up having, let's say some people 7,000 to 8,000 naira in profit. All right. So imagine you have a situation whereby the customer is buying not just one, but buying from two. Let's say your second package is at least 30,000 naira, 35,000 naira. And you're being focused on ensuring that your customer buy more in your business. That is what it means to have increase in average order value of your business. Increase in average order value. Ensure your customer buy more than one. Ensure the customer buy more than one. Ensure your customer buy more than one. If you make this thing happen, ensuring that your customer buy more than one, you will discover that you'll be spending the same amount of money. Let's say someone is spending 100,000 on adverts and you're spending 100,000 on advert. The person is making 200,000. You will be likely making over 300,000, 500,000. Why? Increase in the average order value of your customers. So the more new customers are coming in, the more you are increasing their average order value, the more your business is scaling up. Are we together? Are we following? If you are following me, can you comment? Let me know if I'm not talking to myself. If we are following, just comment I'm following. I don't know. Are we understanding what I'm saying? Am I speaking to myself?
We're following adequately.
Okay, so I don't know if I can get one or two comments to to know if people are following. Okay. All right. So I've seen one comment already. So that's what I'm trying to say. So increase in the average order value of your business. And how do you do that? Ensuring that your customer buy more than one. Ensure that your customer buy more than one. Always ensure that your customer buy more than one. If your customers get to buy more than one in your business, you will increase your what? You will increase your revenue. You'll be able to minimize your cost and be able to maximize your profits. All right. Now, these are things I've done myself. These are things I've done practically that has helped my business to change. Okay. Ensuring that your customer buy more than once. All right. Buy more than one in your business. Whatever your customers are buying, make sure they buy more than one. Because if your customer buy more than one, you will have your delivery cost at the same cost. You will have your advert at the same cost. All right. And you will have every single thing. Your cost will remain the same while your revenue will increase. These are things people don't know and don't understand. Don't be focused on just one. In your sales page, in your website, wherever you're drawing traffic to, ensure that you find a way to convince your customers. This is practically what we do now. What we do among my team is that whenever a customer order, because I'm into the health and wellness, all right? Whenever a customer order more than one, order just one from us, I always instruct my team, talk to this customer. When you're trying to confirm the order, convince this customer to go for the second package. All right? Convince the customer to go for it, because the cost of delivering one is the cost of delivering two, is the cost of delivering three, is the cost of delivering four. That is one thing people don't understand. So increase in the average order value of your customer. That is one. Another way you can increase the average order value of your customer is by upsell. Okay, upsell. Now, the first one I said is ensuring that they buy more than one in your business. The second one is upsell. Upsell and order bomb. Upsell and order bomb. Now, when you introduce this factor of having upsell and order bomb in your funnel, you will get to increase your average order value and in return increase your revenue almost at the same cost. Almost at the same cost. These are scaling. These are what scaling means. Not just when you hear scaling, you rush and say, okay, how do I increase my advert from 100K to 1 million? How do I increase my advert from 100K to 1 million? So, okay, I'm spending 100K today. How do I increase to 1 million? When you start spending 1 million without the necessary information that you need to have, currently now, if you spend 1 million on advert, without putting the right information in place, at the end of the day, you discover that you will not even make 50% back as return on investment. That's what happens. That's when people scale. That's why people scale and they scale out of business. People get to scale. Instead of scaling and having more money, but they scale out of business. You scale, but you don't have money to buy more goods. You scale, but you don't have money for continuity to continue your business. And this happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of e-commerce brands. You hear someone saying, I'm spending 10 million on adverts every month. You rush quickly. Bam! Increase your advert budget. Do you think that is what scaling means? Do you think a lot of persons get these things wrong when it comes to e-commerce? You need to understand all of these factors. All these factors needs to be in place if you actually want to scale. All these measures needs to be in place if you actually want to increase. Someone can be spending 100K, 1 million on adverts, but another person is spending 1 million on adverts. But the person spending, the other person, B, will make more money than A. Why? They are spending the same amount of money on adverts, but this other person is making more money. Why? Because the person understands what it takes to actually scale. Why this one, Mr. A, just understand what the person only understands is how to increase advert budgets, most especially how to increase Facebook adverts. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. So introduce order bomb into your funnel. What do I mean by order bomb? For example, you are selling a product. Let's say you are selling manpower. What stops you from introducing order bomb like infection product as order bomb? So when a customer is ordering for that particular product, they can also place an order for infection product. You get? Let's say the main product costs 20,000 naira, all right, and then the order bomb is 8,000 naira. All right, and the customer is placing order for 20,000 naira and also at the same time ordering for 8,000 naira. Do you know that 8,000 naira can cover for your cost? The 8K, the extra 8K you are making can cover for your advert cost and your delivery cost. Hope you know. But meanwhile, Mr. A does not understand what it means to increase average order value. Now, Mr. A is spending 1 million naira and is getting customer to place order for one, which is 20K. And after that 20K, delivery cost is there. After that 20K, advert cost is there. And what Mr. A is receiving back as revenue is maybe out of the 20,000, is receiving 13,000. But what Mr. B is receiving out of the what? Out of the 20,000, is receiving 20,000. Who do you think makes more money? It's Mr. B, of course. Mr. B, because of the right understanding of what? Of increasing the average order value of your customers. Okay, now this is the second one. The third one, increase in returning customers. I keep on saying this. Most persons has misplaced the beauty of e-commerce. Most persons don't even know what the beauty of e-commerce is again. And when I talk about the beauty of e-commerce, I simply mean customers buying one product multiple times. One customer buying the same product multiple times. How many persons in their business actually have a database of customers who has purchased from them before? What do you do with your database? Like your database of already delivered orders. What do you do with them? Most e-commerce entrepreneur, once they deliver a product like this, it is over. What a lot of persons only focus on is how to increase their new customers. How? How do you increase your new customers? You're always on the next move of new customers. You're on the next move of new customers. Someone said something, I think I've forgotten. The person said, you're always looking out for the next new customer. Meanwhile, you're losing the value of the one who has already purchased from you. You're focused on the next new customer, but you have lost the value of the customer who has already purchased from you. Does that make sense? Are you running a business? Are you running a business or are you running a side hustle? Because these are two different things. Most persons, what they are doing is their e-commerce is a side hustle to them. So all of these factors we are talking about does not make sense. Does not make sense to them. So they are just focused on, okay, let's just get this. I mean, Mr. Kingsley, tell me, how do I increase my advert? How do I increase my advert? How can I get more orders? How can I get more orders? That is what you're only focused on. So in return, you are spending more to make more. You are spending more to make more. You are spending more to make more. But there is somebody there, out there, who is spending more to make much more. There's a difference. You are spending more to make more. Someone else who has the right understanding of what it means to scale is spending more to make much more. You guys there are two different parts. And that's why at the end of the day, you are having a lot of revenue into your business, but there is nothing left for you to improve your life. And that's why you are seeing your revenue increasing, but your life is not changing. Your life, I mean, your life, your personal life, your welfare, your family, your environment, nothing is increasing. Nothing is increasing. Because there is nothing left at the end of the day for you. There's nothing left. Revenue 10 million, cost 8.5 million, balance in the account 250K. Is that what you want? Balance in your account 250K. But if you check your record, you've done 10 million that month. But your total cost is 8.5 million. And your balance is 250K. You can't look at that's what a lot of people see. Is that the situation you want? No, that is not scaling. You've not scaled. You've not scaled at all. So all these factors are very important. The third one I said, increase in the returning customers in your business. That is the third way to scale. Increase in the returning customers in your business. Imagine, for example, you delivered last month, you delivered 1,000. You did 1,000 orders last month. Now, coming to this month, now the same effort you put into marketing to new customers, if you put that same effort in marketing to old customers, you will make more money for yourself. And remember, you don't need much to market to old customers. You don't need so much to market to old customers at all. Let me tell you guys this thing. I made a friend. I had a conversation with a friend, and I was telling my friend, a friend of mine, that I want to make a billion. I want to scale up to a billion. What do? I was so shocked at the response he gave to me. I was so shocked. Wallahi. You get? I was so shocked. The first thing he told me was, he said, go back to your customer data. That was the only thing he said. He said, go back to your customers' data. That was the only thing he said. And when I looked into that particular statement he made, and I realized that these are how a whole lot of business people go into their business. I discovered that these are how people, businessmen, authentic businessmen that we see as ordinary in the marketplace, in Alaba market, in Tradeway market, in Idumota market, all right, in Onitsha market. These are how these businessmen become billionaires. Treating their customers right, having huge return of customers who has already purchased from them before. How do you think Netflix make their money? How do you think Netflix make billions or trillions of dollars every year? How? Is due to what? Recurring subscriptions from already existing users. Recurring. So that way, it reduces your cost and it helps you make more profit. Are we together? So the third way, the same energy you put
Amazing.
into
Professor,
market.
excuse me. I think we've gone past 1 hour. Mr. Kings is so energetic that I'm not sure he knows that he has talked for 1 hour. So I don't know. We may want to take questions now because we don't want to keep him for long. So the questions will make him talk more. Get it? So by the time we ask him questions, it will make him to talk more and say some other very, very important stuff that he's supposed to say. So we are going to ask Mr. King some questions now. So right now, we want to take questions. So I'm going to be the one to ask the first question as usual while I wait for others to ask. So my first question to you, Mr. King, is this. I have an advert that
Yeah, you asked the question. Yeah, Mr. David, I'm waiting for you. Okay, should I be responding to the question on the comment section? Yeah, we can't hear you, Mr. Vincent. But can you guys hear me? Okay, someone said, please, how can we remarket to our previous customers, and how do we increase our delivery rate considering customers' behavior? Okay, all right. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so someone said, how can we remarket to our previous customers, and how can we increase our delivery rate concerning customer behavior? Now, it is simple. How you can remarket your customers, your previous customer, is simple. All right, you can use SMS. Okay, you can use bulk SMS. Okay, bulk SMS. What you can just simply do is you have the data of your already delivered orders. Okay, you can use bulk SMS to what? To reach out to them. Bulk SMS to reach out to them. Bulk SMS to reach out to them. Or you can set up a team. All right, a team that can be in charge of returning customers. Just the way you have a team who is in charge of calling and confirming orders, you can set up a team who will be in charge of returning customers. So what they'll be doing is they'll be calling back all the customers who has ordered from you before. All right, a team of two, maybe a team of 2 or 3 persons can be calling back all customers who have ordered from you guys before, that you have delivered to them. Okay, you can be calling them back. You can be calling them. From there. Let's say out of 1,000 people, you can get at least 50 persons or 100 who will come back to buy again. Now imagine out of 1,000 delivered, and you get 100 people come back to buy again from you. That is how much. And you're selling your product for 20,000 naira. That's how much. You will make over 2 million naira at no cost. Okay, so you just make over 2 million naira. What you just require is just a phone call or SMS.
Amazing. So I think I'm back. Guess you can hear me, Abby?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Amazing. So okay, let me ask my question before I put it up. So I have an advert that is converting right now. For instance, I'm asking this question. So someone has an advert that is bringing about 40 orders per day, and the creatives that are doing this number is, say, picture and video creatives. How do I scale it to get 300 orders per day, 100 to 300 orders per day? Please, I would like to answer that.
Okay, now what you simply do
Wait,
is,
sorry, what is your own customized scaling strategy? Your own. What would you do to scale that advert to bring 300 orders per day?
okay, now it is simple. What I normally do is that, now that particular creative that gave you 40 orders, all right, you can create variation of that creative. variation of that creative, look alike of that particular creative. All right. Just create, understand the creative that gave you 40 orders. The first thing I do is I check the creative that gives me more order, and I will create a similar creatives, and I will launch them. That is one. Number two, I will use the post ID, what we call post ID of your winning ad, and I will set up a new campaign. All right. I'll set up a new campaign and use that same post ID, and then I'll increase my advert budget. Do we get that?
Hmm.
I just talked about two strategies. The first one is I will launch more creatives. Okay. I will launch more, but they'll be all similar to the one that performed well. All
On the
right.
same ad account or on another ad account. And is there a rule to this?
Now, I don't believe in that ad account or no ad account or something like that. You can use the same ad account, you can use another ad account, all right? As long as the creative is good and it is captivating, it is appealing, it is attention driven, and the rest of them, it can work for you. Are we together? It can work
Yes.
for you. So that is one. Now, the second one is now using the post ID of your converting, using the post ID of your converting ad. Go to a new campaign, set up one campaign, one ad set, and one ad. Now, use existing posts. Find the page and the creative that was doing well, the ad that was doing well. Check that ad, check the page of which you are using to promote that ad, and then go to that new campaign. Use the same page and don't do create post. Instead, use existing post. And when you do use existing post, you will go and find, it will request you to go and find that particular ad that was doing well in the other campaign. Just use that particular post ID, and once you do that, put more amount of money. Maybe what you're doing before in the previous campaign was 5,000. Now in this one, you can put 20,000, 50,000, or as much as you want to.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Do you believe in this thing of Facebook pages working more than some other Facebook pages? Do you believe it personally?
Facebook page is working more than, yeah. Come
Yeah,
again,
do you
sir.
believe that? Like, do you believe some Facebook pages work more than other Facebook pages?
I don't really believe that, because I have numerous pages. I use them differently, so I don't believe some Facebook page. I don't think Facebook pages has more effect in your conversion. I think what has more effect in your conversion is your content, more of your content and your funnel. All right. Now, what I do is that I normally put most of my content, all right, most of those UGC content on my funnel. I just put them on my funnel as testimonials, at the top of the funnel as testimonials and all of that. Okay. And they get to do well.
Amazing. So, do you feel Facebook advert is does Facebook advert in by your from your own experience go like a pendulum? Like, does Facebook advert is Facebook advert stable in its conversion? Is it up today, up tomorrow, up, or is it up today, down tomorrow? Because some people need
Yes.
to hear it. Do you think
Yes.
Facebook
Now,
advert is up today, down
of
tomorrow,
course, of
up
course.
today?
That's why I
Yeah.
said. Now I said. I think when I started talking about this scaling of a thing, I said something that Facebook is a broad platform. All right, and there are certain limitations to Facebook ads. There are a lot of limitations. One, the algorithm can limit you. Two, Facebook itself can limit you. And I said it's not consistent. It can never be consistent. Okay, today either you are spending more on your advert, or you're spending more on your advert today, or you're getting more rejections tomorrow. Your advert can be doing well, and the rest of them. And that's the reason why other channels of marketing needs to be explored, not just only Facebook ads.
Amazing. So let's see another question here.
Okay. Someone said, what ad structure do you recommend for testing and scaling? I mean, the campaign, the ad set, and the ad structure. And how much do you suggest for testing and scaling? Oh my God. I don't like talking about too much of Facebook ads, because I think Facebook ads varies. It varies. Okay. The implementation of Facebook ads varies. Okay, what Mr. A might be doing in their own Facebook ads can be working for them,
True.
and what Mr. B will be doing in their own Facebook ads will still be working for them.
True.
So I always recommend always go for what works for you, all right? But ensure that whatever ad setup you're doing, make sure that your content, your creative are good, and make sure that your funnel is well optimized for conversion. These are all what I advise. These are what I advise people to do. Don't see all this ad setup, how many campaign, how many ad sets, and structure, what amount of budget should I put, and all of those things. I don't usually recommend that. Okay, I don't advise people to do any of those things. I don't recommend to say, okay, this is my own stuff, do it. No, whatever works for you, just ensure that your creatives, your ad copy, your ad headline are all captivating, appealing, and converting. And then ensure that your funnel is well optimized for conversion. Just ensure that, and you're good to go.
Amazing. So we have one more question before we call it a day today.
You say, okay, how can we make a customer that ordered a particular gadget to come back and order that same gadget again? How can we make a customer that ordered gadget to come back and order that same example of that gadget can be, let me say, for example, a phone, right? Now, let me say a phone, and how can you make a customer that ordered a phone to come back and order again from you? Now, one thing I've discovered about customer satisfaction is this: when the customer is 100% satisfied with your product or services, they will always want to get for other people. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you're selling a wristwatch and a customer bought a wristwatch from you. And then how can you make that wristwatch or that customer come to buy again? You can drop the message or do your call section with the customer. You can tell the customer that you believe that since you've gotten satisfaction from this, there are some all of your friends who you may likely gift this particular product to that can enjoy this product as yourself, and they will value you more in giving them something that actually works compared to when they go and buy themselves and buy something that will not work for them. So that way, the customer will see sense in this and want to order that same valuable product that gave them satisfaction for their friend. Okay, so when they buy that thing for their friends will appreciate them more for getting them something that is valuable than them going to purchase the fake one themselves. Are we together? So that way, you have made the customer come to order back the gadget again from you.
Amazing. So, okay, someone is asking one more question. Okay, so okay, let's just take it like this. I do get orders daily, which might be fun after image for beauty product, but delivery rate drops from 90% to 40%. What is regarding this?
Work on your follow-up. Work on your follow-up. That's why I said something about structure. Okay, there are two things I said when we started this class. I said something about your structure and your delivery system. All right. Now, your structure, having more competent team members in place. All right, having more competent team members in place. Ensure you have the right set of people, not just core reps, but follow people. You can assign people who will follow up on pending orders for you. All right, people who can follow up on all pending orders. So work on them. The bulk of your money could be in follow up, and most of you don't do follow up, don't do effective follow up. Let's say, for example, out of 20 orders that comes today, only 5 are available. The remaining 15, you throw them away. Out of every 100 orders today, 20 are available. The remaining 80, you throw them away. No, effective follow-up. Follow up. I tell my team, only when you should cancel an order is when the customer use their mouth to say, I don't want.
I don't want. Simple.
That's when you should cancel an order.
When
But
customers say leave me alone.
as long as the customer is the one that placed an order, we did not put gun on the customer's head. We did not force the person to place an order. You placed your order willingly. We will follow you till you pick the call. So that's it. That way you can help yourself. that way. And then getting more delivery agents. Get more delivery agents. Don't work with only one delivery agent, please. Yeah, don't work with only one delivery agent. Get options. Get options. Get options. All right. Get options of delivery agent. Don't work with only one delivery agent. Don't work with only one supplier. Don't work with only one delivery agent, please. Anything one is risky. Get more delivery agents so you can share the orders, or you can give to the one that is doing the most, that is delivering the most for you. Okay, you say please talk about to hire the right team member. Uh, I don't know. Talk about to hire the right team member. I think there'll be no time to talk about that now. Abi, Mr. David, there'll be no time to talk about that, Abi.
Okay, we can just touch on it for like we have like 3 more minutes left. Just touch on it, surface level.
Okay. To hire the right team member is just understand what your business needs now. Understand what your business actually needs, and then try to communicate that to your team. Okay. Now, if you understand where your business is going and what your business actually needs per time, what you just need to do is when you are bringing in new set of people, communicate the vision to them and find out if they have the necessary skill, the necessary skill sets and qualities that can help you achieve your goal. It's simple. So just understand what your business needs per time, and whenever you're recruiting, find out if those people that are coming, if the new applicants have the right skill set, idea, or quality to be able to what to be able to help you move from where you are to where you want to be.
Amazing. So we will call it a day. I do the orders before. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
I
Mr.
believe
Kings, for doing this with
God
us.
bless.
Thank you for closing up for us on the last day. So, guys, give it up for Mr. Kings in the comment section. Say something nice to him. All right, as he takes his leave of the studio. All right, man. Thanks, man. Good night. All right.
Thank